NFL play as well.
Showed right there. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson, 75 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points.
Joey Sly lining up for...
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. He gets this one complete to Bowden. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Block 54. Block 54. Watch me run. Watch me run.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now Carr. They'll set up the screen to Dre. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
Christian McCaffrey.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's McCaffrey. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will get the 1st down as he's up to the 20-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And there's Christian McCaffrey with another run CMC as he's known in the Carolina area. Easily the most productive running back in the league last season. 2,392 yards from scrimmage. He's just so dangerous every time he gets the football. Whether you hand it to him, throw it to him out of the backfield, just imagine if they have the guts to let him return kicks as well. This guy is a true triple threat.
Darnold on 1st down. To the right side, and he's got more complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. I'm coming.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. Boy, not what you want to see in Q1 of the new year. We'll be back. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check. Man, 80, come on. Check, 55, come on. Hey, come on now. Mike.
Back to the ground attack here is McCaffrey. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Panthers 7.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Hey, 4 down. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Hey, watch your leg.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Jeremy Chin. And fights through one man. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Pick it up, Pete. Mike, check. 59. I got it.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
22, Christian.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Jonathan Hankins.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey.
Complete.
It'll be a 2-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Carolina. Touchdown. Dan Arnold, 40 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Reception here by Ruggs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
3rd down.
Here's Carr to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Hassan Reddick.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, that'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll look downfield for Waller. It's caught at the 10. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To throw his Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Carr. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Carr to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there from McCaffrey. 43 yards on the ground.
At the 32-yard
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run with McCaffrey. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
33-yard line.
Second and 11. Darnold. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Last play, they got stumped at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Off of play action, Darnold sliding out of the pocket. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally. But he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
For the Panther field goal, a 38-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. That's caught by Waller out left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Raider first down.
Jacobs now. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
The ball carrier.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
2 at their 49-yard line.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Kenyon Drake, 51 yards. And the Raiders have moved out in front.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From just shy of midfield, Darnold. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Taken down by
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 38, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
24 is the mark. 24 is the mark.
3rd and 2, Darnold. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Faking the give, Darnold. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
the 11-yard line.
To the air again, Darnold. Flushed out right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. McCaffrey following the penalty. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
Quick throw complete, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
DJ Moore.
This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Carl trying again on second down. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Mike, check, 59. Watch the run. Ready? Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Here we go.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Final minute now of the third quarter. Play action. It's Darnold. Flush to his right. Over the middle, complete. That's Arnold. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Dan Arnold, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And it's up and good.
Makes the score Panthers 31. Raiders 24.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
And at the 25-yard line.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. To throw again. Carr is brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. From the gun, Carr. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
Incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a dump off here complete, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Tight right. Even. 4 down. Even. 24 is the mic. Drop deep. 24.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to look deep down and got his man complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Darnold from the gun. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Watch the pass.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard
line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
57-yard gain.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And now it's 2nd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because I nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
The 6-yard line.
They'll run with Jacobs, and they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score.
On for the point after.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
38.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
5-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Darnold on 1st down. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey. 24 is the mic.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
51 the mic. 51 the mic. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Mike 51. Mike 51. You're not ready. You're not ready. Watch the motion. Watch the motion. Young lady. 51's Mike. Mike 51. I'm coming. I'm coming.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check. Young lady. Hey, 50 the mic. 50 the mic. Here we go. Mike's 50. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike 50.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
At the 10-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away.
He's checking. Check 59.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
45.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 35, and a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
This is McCaffrey. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over.
The 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. Room here to run. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 34 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Panthers offense cashes in with 6. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. One final try now for Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Troy Prime. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Folks, remember this, his first NFL game, a rookie getting playing time here in week 1, and he comes through with a giant play there, an interception return for, obviously, his first NFL touchdown.
Do you think he dreamed that last night at all? No chance. Not one whatsoever, but he got it done.
But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up.